Hello dear student, how are you today? Today in Unit 2, Lesson 2, we are going to talk about negative questions. Use of negative questions. We often use negative questions when we think things are not or aren't quite right or as they should be. Or we can say we use negative questions to check information you believe to be true or comment on a situation. What is the form of negative questions? This is the general rule of negative questions. At the beginning we have auxiliary or auxiliaries and note, and then we have subject. After the subject we have main verb, and then we have the rest. We put or we write the rest of the sentence, but be careful, we have question mark at the end. What do you mean by auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs include verb to be, which is, are, was or were, and also verb to have, which is has, have, and had, or we can say or had. And also we have modals as auxiliary verbs, which are can, could, will, shall, would, should. Look at these examples. She's happy. Here we have auxiliary verb, which is verb to be. We can form the negative questions like that. Isn't she happy? The second example, they are outside. We have auxiliary verb here, are, and the negative question will be, aren't they outside? Another example, also here we have will. Also will is an auxiliary verb, which is modal. We say he will study at night. Won't he study at night? We add not in the negative questions to the auxiliary verbs. Another example, they have gone out. Here we have, which is verb to have. Also it's an auxiliary verb. We negate it and we say, haven't they gone out? Another modal verb, which is can, we say, you can leave me alone. The negative question will be, can't you leave me alone? We have an important note here. We have to pay attention. If we don't have auxiliary verb, it means if we don't have verb to be or verb to have or modals, as we mentioned it in the previous slide, in the sentence we should add auxiliary verb. So we can add do or does for the present tense and did for the past. Look at this example. In this example, you failed our last test. We don't have auxiliary verb. It means we don't have verb to be, verb to have, and modals. We have main verb here, which is failed. That's why we have to add the modals. Here we add didn't because we have the past tense here, failed. We say, didn't you fail our last test? In the second example also we have the main verb here, had. Had here is not the verb to have, it's not a modal, it's the main verb, which is had, and also the sentence is past. That's why we say she had two sisters, and the negative questions will be, didn't she have two sisters? The third one, he had to arrive on time. Also here we don't have auxiliary verb. That's why we add didn't here, because the sentence is past tense, had to. Didn't he have to arrive on time? Another example, we participate in the course. Here also we don't have verb, auxiliary verb. We have participate, which is main verb. That's why, and also the sentence is the present tense. That's why we say don't, because we have you as a subject. We say, don't you participate in the course? Another example, she cleans the room. Here we don't have auxiliary verb. We have cleans, which is main verb. That's why we have to add the modals. We have to add the auxiliary verb. here because the sentence is present and we have she as a subject. That's why we say doesn't. Doesn't she clean the room? Another example, we have to. Here also we don't have auxiliary verb. We have to study hard. We say the sentence is present, and also we have you as a subject. We say don't. Don't you have to study hard? Sorry, here we have question mark at the end. Another example, he has to study hard. He has to. Here also is the phrasal verb, and we don't have auxiliary verb. I mean verb to be and verb to have or modals. That's why we say doesn't. It means we add an auxiliary here, which is doesn't, because the sentence is present. We say doesn't he have to study hard? The summary, what have we learned today? We can make, or we can form the negative questions with this rule. I mean, this is the general rule. We have auxiliary verb at the beginning, and then we have not. After not, we have subject of the sentence, and then we have the main verb of the sentence. As we mentioned previously, auxiliary verbs include verb to be and verb to have, or we can say, or modals. Look at these examples. She is happy. We have auxiliary verb here, which is verb to be, is, and we can form the negative question like that, as we said, isn't she happy? And also we said if we don't have auxiliary verbs, we can add these auxiliary verb by ourselves. We say do and does. We use them for the present tense and did for the past one. We have an example. She cleans the room. This is the present sentence, and also we don't have auxiliary verb here. We have the main verb, which is clean. That's why we add an auxiliary here for the present, which is doesn't, because we have she as a present, as the subject, sorry. We say doesn't she clean the room? That's all. Thanks for your listening and watching.